Hello. I still am too high up. Thought I had this adjusted last night. Okay, let's see if I can get this fixed again. Oh my goodness. There we go. Try that. Wait a few minutes to see if anybody pops on with us live. There we go. That's still a lot of ceiling. Let's try that again. Oh my goodness. I thought for sure this was fixed last night. Anyway, here we go. So welcome to day 2 of Feeling Fine, 9 to Feel Fine. So this is our second one of our series of 9 consecutive evenings to help balance your nervous system. So since this is going to actually be a remote healing session, we'll do a little waiver here, and you always have the opt out. You don't have to take part, or you can just disconnect if you want, or you can take part quite willingly. Here we go. So what is tonight? What is tonight? What is tonight? What is tonight? Tonight is all about energy clearing. Yes. So again, we've been talking about balancing your nervous system. And last night was breath work, and tonight is energy clearing. And a big part of balancing your nervous system is to make sure that you're just dealing with your energy, that you're not dealing with anybody else's energy, and that your energy is balanced and grounded and solid and doesn't have a lot of extra things in it. So why is it so important to balance your nervous system? What does a dysregulated nervous system look like? We'll go with that. So last night we had quite a few symptoms that you're looking for, and here are some more. So a dysregulated nervous system looks like, hopefully you're not quite that bad, but sometimes with a dysregulated nervous system we feel that bad. So you can have extreme changes in your appetite. You can be way too hungry, or you can be not hungry at all. And along with hunger, digestive issues we mentioned last night. A dysregulated nervous system can cause constipation and or diarrhea, even if you don't really have a food intolerance. It's just that sympathetic nervous system in overdrive and the parasympathetic nervous system not balancing out. Your dysregulated nervous system has you neglecting your needs. Even though you're struggling, you put other people ahead of you. You have body aches or soreness, even when you haven't been active or haven't done anything that should cause some delayed onset muscle soreness. You're constantly having colds or flus or feeling run down. Your immune system is definitely not at its optimal. You have brain fog. You have frequent exhaustion and fatigue. You have difficulty concentrating. You're probably dealing with anxiety, and you have so many worries that you just don't even know where to stop with those worries. And you're often feeling irritable or very reactive. Reactive to things that not necessarily you have anything control over. Like the weather or a schedule of a plane. I mean, you don't have any control over those. So there's no sense of getting overreactive about them, because that's out of your control. So what we do have control is how we react to those stressors. Because stressors are everywhere. We're always facing them. We're always dealing with them. So therefore, some we can control, some we can't. So therefore, the ones that we can't, because many of them we can't control, those ones we can't, we have to control how we react to them. And a big part of that is balancing your nervous system. So what is the nervous system I'm talking about? I talked about this last night, but we'll just do a quick review. It's your autonomic nervous system, that thing that's automated in your body. You have 2 systems, your sympathetic nervous system and your parasympathetic nervous system. Your sympathetic nervous system is your get up and go, your fight, flight, freeze, your ability to kick into survival mode if you need to. Your parasympathetic system is the part of the system that calms you down, your rest and digest. It helps you sleep better. It helps you digest your food better. It helps you stay calm and not irritated and agitated. Unfortunately, most of us are in an unbalanced state. That because of past traumas, because of past things that have happened, we've pushed ourselves up into sympathetic, and all of a sudden we stay there. And we don't tend to come back down into our parasympathetic. It's fine and dandy if you come in and out of those 2 systems. That's how they're supposed to work. The problem is when you stay in Sympa and don't come down into para and have that balance. We need a balance between the two. So this series, 9 Towards Feeling Fine, is all about you creating a protocol, a practice that you do on the course of most days, hopefully every day if you can, but at least on the course of most days. Just like you do with your nutritional plan, your exercise plan, your cleanliness plan, brushing your teeth, washing your hair, doing things that you do on a regular basis for your self-care. Let's try to add in this. Hopefully that doesn't become a stressor of adding one more thing. But again, I can't tell you enough, this, of all those things you do, is the most important. Yes, because without a balanced nervous system, you're not going to digest that healthy meat eating plan. You're not going to be able to exercise as much as you'd like to in order to keep up a healthy, active body. You're not going to be calm and relaxed to do your yoga and your meditation and whatever you do to calm your body. You've got to have a balanced nervous system. Yeah. So tonight is all about energy clearing, as I said. So one of the places you can start is in your home. All right, and I will post these pictures because I know sometimes they're hard to read online. They're a little small. But cleansing your home from negative energy might be a great place to start. So decluttering and organizing. Open the windows when you can. Even in the winter, open up the doors, the front door, the back door. Clean out that air. Smudging. Now, I have an osteopathic clinic, and I have to regularly cleanse the energy in this clinic. But when I smudge, it smells like we've been doing some interesting smoking around here. You know what I mean, right? So I tend to use Palo Santo and use that as a cleanse, or I use my Aura cleansing spray. That has Palo Santo in it. It has cedar wood. It has purification. It has a lot of essential oils that help with cleansing. But at home, when you're not dealing with the public, you could probably dig out your white sage and smudge away. Salt cleansing, having those salt lamps that you've seen around. Having a selenite lamp. A selenite lamp is the white one, and having that going all the time helps cleanse the energy. Sound cleansing. So say you're dealing with a place that you're in, and maybe you've got a not so great energy. Even some banging some pots will help, or using tingshaw bells. Ooh, that's loud. That'll clear any negative energy that doesn't belong there. So sound cleansing, sound bowls. We had a nasty energy, even though we built this house, we have a fairly new house. There was a nasty energy in our old house, in our other house, which was a new house too. It doesn't have to be an older house. I believe that energy came in either when the house was built, came from the foundation, or it came in some antiques that I had. Yes, they can come in antiques. But I knew that there was something off. There was something, and even the boys when they were little, they kept saying, "There's something weird here, Mommy. We're hearing strange sounds, whatever." But anyway, that energy came with us to this home, and it was in Andrew's closet, my second son's closet, and there was always a bad energy in that closet that I didn't like. So what I did is I got a tape recorder, a CD player. I'm aging myself here, tape recorder, a CD player, and I played a chakra clearing CD, and I had it play nonstop, repeat, for probably 24 hours. That seemed to cleanse it. I did a little bit of smudging, and I did a few other things. But that's sound cleansing. You can use many methods to do your sound cleansing. Now, crystals and stones, I'm not as familiar with them. I just know that black tourmaline, which I have on my wrist tonight, well as obsidian. We also have obsidian. Ooh, that's heavy. I have a big obsidian stone tonight because I'm going to be doing energy. Tourmaline, I mentioned, obsidian. All of those dark stones will help cleanse. But you can read up, you can Google different stones, you can go to your favorite stone store, and obviously many times the owner can help you pick out crystals and stones that will help clear energy. Essential oils are fantastic, but make sure that they're not ones that you're getting from Walmart or the drugstore or whatever, because those are usually inundated with chemicals that you're using the oils, but you're just putting chemicals all over you. And for heaven's sakes, none of those Glade plug-ins or those other things that are just full of chemicals. You need something essential. Diffuse, diffuse, diffuse. Here in my clinic, every time I work, I diffuse thieves because I don't want to get sick. And I diffuse RC to open up the air passages of everybody that comes in. And I diffuse purification. And purification helps cleanse energy. So anybody that leaves some energy here that I don't really want to continue having in my clinic, I will have the diffuser going nonstop, and that will help clear it. So essential oils, salt lamps, mentioned those. Intentional cleaning, when you go around and you're intentionally cleaning your house. I can't mention enough about how clutter can really make you feel a little claustrophobic. So sometimes just cleaning the clutter out of your home will make you feel so much lighter and just like, oh, this feels so much better. Okay, so that's the home, that's where you work, that's what you can do with your surroundings, your environment. All right, let's get at clearing your energy within your body. So one way you can do to cleanse your aura is in your shower, all right? So you're going to go in your shower, you're going to close your eyes, you're going to stand under the water. Now, if you have a little bench in your shower, you can sit down. If you can't, then you can stand, but you're not going to get your arms up underneath the shower head. Stretch your hands as high as you can while you're under the water. Imagine all the negative thoughts and any negative energy leaving through you out of your toes, and as new energy comes in through your fingertips. As the water falls, visualize your body and watch the old energy, any illness, any negativity, any burdens, any fears, any bad thoughts, etc., just be washed away down the drain. All right? So in your shower, you can do a lot to cleanse your aura. And as you'll find out when we do lymphatics, with my shower, at the end of my shower, I always turn it cold. I had to start out with lukewarm because the cold was a little harsh to begin with. And then I've built up to quite cold water. And that really revs up my lymphatic system, and I don't feel quite so sluggish, especially after a bath. Yeah, I can really feel kind of squamish after a bath. So cleansing myself with cold water, I get up and take the little head that I clean the tub with and pour it all over me, get that cold water, get a little chill. It feels great. Now, some of you have seen the TikTok video that I shared a while back, this gal here, and we're going to do that together now, that way to cleanse yourself of any energies that don't belong to you. So I'll get you to stand up. I'm going to come back here. Hopefully you can see me. Yeah, I'll get rid of my glasses. All right, now I'm going to use my real right hand and my real left hand, because if I do it mirror image, I won't get it correctly for me. So kind of do as I say rather than watching me, because I'm facing you and you'll think, well, that's not her right hand, that's her left hand. I'm going to use my real right and my real left. Okay, here we go. Take your right hand to your left shoulder, slide diagonally to your right hip. Your left hand to your right shoulder, slide diagonally to your left hip. Take your right hand again and slide down to your hip. You just do 3. Now you take your right hand and slide down your arm. And now the left hand down your arm. And one more time, down your arm. Good. Now, imagine that you're collecting any cords, any energetic cords, etheric cords that you might have picked up or that you might have collected along the way, not even just for the day, but maybe in the past years away. Collect all those cords that are no longer serving you. Bring them away from your body. Take your right hand and cut them 3 times. 1, 2, 3. There. And send all that energy to the light, to source. Yes, and that's how, and hopefully at the end of that, you'll feel much lighter. I know I do. Every time I do that, it just feels, yes. It cleanses your energy, absolutely. Now, some of you have heard of the chakras, and anytime we deal with energy, we have to talk about the chakras. Your chakras are your energy centers that connect to you, your physical being, to your aura, your auric field. Because we all have an auric field. We all have an energy field. Some of you may think this is a little woo-woo. Some of you think, yeah, I'm right on this. This is my thing. I'm really excited about this. Bear with me, those of you that think it's a little woo-woo. Please believe me, you do have an energy field. You can tell it. You can tell it if you're in a party or whatever and somebody walks in that's in a really bad mood, kind of brings the energy down in the room. Exactly. That's because their aura, their energy field is affecting everybody in the room. You are responsible for the energy that you bring to wherever you're going. Keep that in mind. You are responsible for the energy that you bring to wherever you're going. Try to bring a good energy. Try not to bring everybody down. All right, so let's talk about the chakras. Very quickly, a lot of you know a lot about the chakras already. There's 7 main ones. There's other ones as well, but the 7 main ones, you have the crown at the top of the head. And think of the color purple or white, and that has to do with your spirituality. Your third eye, right between your eyebrows, that has to do with your insights, your awareness, your intuition. Your throat chakra, think of the color Caribbean blue. That has to do with your communication, your ability to tell your truth, to speak your truth. Your heart chakra right here is green, and that has to do with love and to healing. The green chakra, the green light, or the thoughts of green, will always bring the most powerful healing energy. Love is the most powerful healing energy. Below the heart chakra is the solar plexus chakra, and it has to do with wisdom and power. And then the sacral chakra is, think of the color orange, and it has to do with sexuality and creativity. And your root chakra, think of the color red, is basic trust, your survival, your home, your finances. This was the closest I had to a red top. I was trying to think of getting to my root chakra with something red, but I didn't have a red top, so this will have to do. So just going through, what will you feel like if your chakras are imbalanced? So back up to the crown chakra. If that's imbalanced, you may experience loneliness, depression, anxiety, confusion, or I think a friend of mine, Janice, you know who it is. What did she say? My I don't give a damn just broke, or something like that. It's a great saying. But you can get to that point that you're just like, yeah, I don't care anymore. I'm just done. I'm done. Doesn't mean that you once in a while it's okay to feel like that. But when you constantly feel like that, that's usually because your crown chakra is imbalanced. The third eye chakra has to do, if it's imbalanced, you'll feel indecisive, you'll be confused, you might have some nightmares, you'll have poor insight, poor intuition. Your throat chakra, when that's imbalanced or blocked, it find that you can't express yourself or explain yourself as well as you used to. Your heart chakra, when that's imbalanced or blocked, you're going to feel heartbroken, you're going to feel unloved, you're going to feel your relationships, no matter what relationships you have, friends, spouse, whatever, don't feel like they're giving you what you really need anymore. They feel broken to you. Your solar plexus, when you are imbalanced or blocked in your solar plexus, you might feel angry, you might feel helpless. You might feel like I can't focus, I can't get to finish my tasks. I just can't seem to find my purpose in life. The orange or the sacral chakra, when that's imbalanced or blocked, it feels like you've lost your creativity. You have no solutions to everyday problems. You feel lots of despair. And finally, the root chakra, when that's blocked or imbalanced, you often have low self-esteem, you have low energy. You'll also feel many fears when that, kind of like unsubstantiated, like fears that are a little bit not quite normal fears, when the root chakra is not balanced. So let's take a little journey. So this is the self-directed healing part of tonight. And then I will take a few minutes to tune into everybody who's with me live tonight and who might be watching this down the road. And I will tune into each of your chakras and see if there's any blocks. So we'll start with the self-directed. So we're going to start at our root chakra. Okay, so just sit there nice and quiet. So you can see this. But again, I'll post these, so if you don't quite see it, it's okay. But just sit there or lie, whatever you're comfortable with. Take a nice deep cleansing breath. Maybe use one of our breaths that breath work that we learned last night. Let's try a box breath. In through. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. And hold for 4. One more. Inhale. Hold for 4. Exhale 4. And hold for 4. Good. So let's start with visualizing a red energy at the base of your spine. The base of your spine is where your root chakra is located. See that red ball of energy starting to spin at the base of your spine. And as it spins, try to get it to spin a little faster as it clears any blocks that you may have carried along the way. And as you do that, I'm going to connect to everybody's root chakra. Everyone, I'm just going to have to put this down as I do it because I need both hands. So we're still with the root chakra. You're thinking of the color red. And I'm connecting to everybody's root chakra. And what I feel is like tangle balls of yarn. I've kind of collected everybody's tangle balls of yarn that anybody had. And tangle ball of yarn, that's just how I see it, how I feel it. But it's just an energy area that's not flowing properly or not allowing the root chakra to spin. So I'm just going to hold that until I can get it untangled, and there. And now it's starting to spin. So there we go. There's your root chakra. Moving on to the sacral chakra. And if we want to use a mantra to help with our sacral chakra, as you're thinking of the color orange, you're going to see an orange ball swirling around in your lower abdomen, just below your belly button, your sacral chakra, which has to do with your sexuality and your creativity. So I'm going to keep you imagining that. And as I connect to your sacral chakra, if you'd like to, you can repeat the mantra after me. I constantly have new ideas to create the love I want. I constantly have new ideas to create the life I want. You can say that out loud. You can just listen to it as I connect to that tangled ball of yarn. Maybe not everybody has a blocked or imbalanced sacral chakra, but as a collective here tonight, I'm just clearing, there we go, just clearing that. And wait until I get the tangled ball of yarn clear, and then we move on. All right, moving up. We're going to our solar plexus, above the navel. You're going to visualize a yellow energy radiating from above your navel, your solar plexus chakra. You're going to see that yellow ball start to spin, and you're going to think about that ball and try to get it to spin a little more. And as I connect to everybody's solar plexus, this is this is more, not as much like a ball, but more like a sphere. It's not a round ball, but it's more oval. But it's still very tangled. And I'm just connecting to your guides, to my guides, whoever's available to help us to clear that ball of energy, and there it goes. And now as you connect, you're still connected to your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra. You can repeat the mantra if you want. I am organized and I can accomplish my dreams. I am organized and I can accomplish my dreams. Solar plexus is all about your personal power. And we mentioned before, it has to do with your ability to stay on task, to be focused. Okay, let's move up to the heart chakra. And that is right where your heart is, in the center of your chest. I'd like you to envision the color green. See green light filling your chest as it connects to that heart chakra. All right, let's connect to everybody's heart chakra that's out there today, or with us tonight, and maybe joining us at a later time. And it's interesting, this ball of yarn, it's a sphere again, but the top of it's rotated counterclockwise, and the bottom of it is rotated clockwise. Very interesting. So we get a little corkscrew going on in our heart chakra, which is not healthy. Let's get that fixed up, shall we? So I'll call upon your guides, my guides, to help us out. And as I do this, you can repeat the mantra, I am loved. I am loving. I am loved. I am loving. Oh, boy, that one cleared up really cool. That was nice. Okay, moving on. We have our throat chakra. And you're going to picture the color Caribbean blue, that gorgeous blue color. And imagine it right there at your throat, the base of your throat chakra, your ability to speak your truth. Imagine it, that beautiful blue, Caribbean blue color. As it's spinning, you want to get it to spin. And I'm going to connect to it. And I'm not only working the chakras that spin in the front, but I'm also connecting to that same chakra that should spin in the back. So they spin in the front, connecting with your aura field, and it spins in the back, connecting with your auric field. So I'm connecting to your throat chakra ball. We're back to a very compressed tangle ball. Look at that. Wow. There's a lot of people out there biting their tongue. I mean, yes, there are times that you have to bite your tongue and maybe not say things, but you need to speak when you need to make sure that people don't step all over you. To keep your boundaries, often you need to speak your truth. All right? And you can always find a way to do it nicely and respectfully. But there's a lot of people out there biting their tongue right now because that chakra just went whoop, really tight ball. Okay, let's get this opened up so you can speak your truth in a very respectful and loving way. And if you'd like to say the mantra, I express myself freely. I express myself freely. I express myself freely. Whoa, there it goes. Now it's spinning. Nice. Okay, we're moving up to third eye. Imagine a beautiful indigo, a deep, it's almost like a navy blue, but not quite. It's kind of a cross between navy blue and purple. Indigo. So imagine an indigo light between your eyebrows. Your third eye has to do with your insight, your intuition, your ability to have really connect to that gut feeling that you hopefully have. Okay, let's connect to that. And you're going to imagine this third eye chakra opening up, and I'm going to connect to everybody's third eye chakra. And now we're back into a tube. It's not a sphere, it's not a ball, but it's like a tube. And it is also twisted. The top part is going counterclockwise, and the bottom part is going counterclockwise. So top counterclockwise, bottom clockwise. So as I clear that, you can say the mantra, I am calm. I can solve my problems. I have perfect insight. I am calm, and I see my intuition blooming. There we go. Beautiful. Nice. And last but not least, our crown chakra. And you're going to visualize the color white or violet at the energy of your top of your head. And let's connect our crown chakra to our spirituality, to our connection to everybody else, to the entire consciousness, to source, to God, to whatever higher power you believe in. So you're going to connect to that. I'm going to go to your crown chakras. Now, this is interesting. There's some people out there that their crown chakras are like this. They've almost flattened out like a pancake. That's not good. We need to get that in a sphere, and we need to get it spinning. So let's get this pancake opened up, shall we? And as I'm saying this, you're imagining that sphere at the top of your head, connecting to source, connecting to universal consciousness. And you can say out loud, or you can say to yourself, I am peace. I am at peace. I am peace. I am at peace. There we go. Woo! There you go. Our 7 chakras are now clear. Now, to finish that off, I'm going to take my Flower of Life tuning forks, and I'm just going to connect to everybody that's here, or might be doing this in the future. And I'm just going to do one last cleanse. Any little bits that might be hanging around that are no longer serving our good, I'm going to clear those out. Excellent. Oh, not quite done yet. There's something right there. There we go. And I do this until I feel that the energies that are part of you, that surround you, are clear. They only belong to you. And they're serving you the way they're supposed to serve you. And I got a yes. I just ask anything more? No. I just feel like I need to do a little, now that I've hauled your energy in, I'm just going to do a little aura cleanse here. Just any energies that might be hanging around. Oh yeah, there's a couple energies that just some dark energies that left. See you later, see you later. We don't need you. Bye-bye. There. Let's finish off with a few sayings that'll help cleansing your energy. And we have, this is stuck together here, just a second. There we go. And you can say this with me. I don't know how clear this is, but hopefully it's clear enough for you to read or for you to just repeat after me. I am now choosing to cleanse myself and release any and all thought forms, beings, situations, and energies that are no longer of service to my highest and greatest good across all planes of my existence, across all universes, and across all lifetimes. I ask that all energies that are less than love be transmuted for the highest good of all, and so it is. And now you can draw any energies that you have left you for whatever reason. You can draw those back in. So to finish off that prayer, I now recall all of my energies that I need to serve my highest good. I now recall all of my energies that I need to serve my highest good. Good. Excellent. And lastly, some of you have heard about the Ho'oponopono prayer. Yeah, so this is a very quick one that you can do anytime you want. And you might even do it after you're clearing, because that's a quick, right? You can do that very quickly. It's easy to remember. Right, left, down the arm, right, and then grab the cords, do the cut with the right hand 3 times. Right after you do that, or even during, if you can do 2 things at once, remember 2 things at once, you could do the Ho'oponopono prayer. So the Ho'oponopono prayer has 4 mantras, and it's about taking responsibility for everything that affects your state of being. It's the art of acceptance, forgiveness, and cleansing of the energies that you attract into your life. So the first one is, I'm sorry. And when you say I'm sorry, you are recognizing and accepting responsibility for the actions, thoughts, and emotions that you have caused conflict to manifest into your reality. Because we all have to take responsibility for the reality that we have created. People think, oh no, I didn't create that. That just happened to me. Sorry. You created it because you as a soul have chosen those lessons that are sometimes really tough to take on. You as a soul have chosen those to go through in this life, to learn. That's why we do it, to learn. Please forgive me. The words please forgive me are said as a request to make amends with your higher self and the universe alike. Thank you is the opportunity to show gratitude to your higher self as well as the universe for allowing your negative thoughts, actions, and emotions to be cleared. So the thank you is thank you for clearing all of these negative thoughts, actions, and emotions. And finally, I love you can be emitted out to the universe or to God or to Source or whoever you believe in as a form of gratitude. When you use the words in this way, you're saying, I love you for allowing me this experience on earth. Yes, I love you for allowing me this experience on earth. So that's the extended explanation of the Ho'oponopono prayer. But let's say it together. All right? Just 4 simple lines. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And then you just wait to feel how your energy shifts after that. In between my patients, when I go and ground myself by washing my hands and allowing the water from the tap to spray down through my hands, because that grounds me, because our house is grounded, I say the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And what that does is it clears any energy that I have picked up with my own belief system, or maybe I picked up a belief from a patient that I just worked on, and it clears me so that I can be fresh as a daisy for the next person. And that's what I use. And you can use that in your life as well, because energy has an effect on your nervous system. That's why we did this one. That's why I chose this one of our 9 to feel 9. I knew it was going to be a little bit out there for some people, but I also know how important a clean, clear energy field as well as an energy in the body is important. And you are the only one that can clear that. Nobody else can do it for you. You can go to therapists that can help, but you are the one that lives in your body and experiences your energy field 24/7. So it's your responsibility to take care of that energy field, so that when you are interacting with the outside world, you are bringing the best energy that you can bring. Okay? Can you promise that? Let's add that to our protocol in some way. And I saw this on Facebook this morning. Our friend Robin Kaiser, who's in our group, she posted this. It's a Wayne Dyer saying, and I thought, wow, this is a great way to sum this up. Don't absorb the weakening energies put out by those around you. Other people can't bring you down if you're operating at higher energies. And visualize that balloon just floating. When you operate at a higher energy, you can't get those negative things. They just won't affect you. They just kind of crawl along underneath you. And you're up here in your higher energy, just experiencing life in a wonderful way. But the moment you bring yourself down with your thoughts, with your words are so powerful. Words have energy. Thoughts have energy. I mean, I know that's difficult, but if you can catch yourself by saying those, I can't, this is terrible, this is horrible, this is whatever, catch yourself. You can probably find a way to say that differently. And it first starts with your thoughts. All right? So stay up in your nice inflated balloon while those negative energies crawl along the bottom. You might even affect them and improve them a little bit. So make this part of your protocol for balancing your nervous system. Pick whatever feels good for you, whether it's sound cleansing or essential oils or clearing your chakras. I've now given you quite a few things that you can pick from. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow night for day 3 of 9 towards feeling fine, balancing your energy systems or your nervous system. There you go, balancing your nervous system. Take care, bye-bye.